Hi, do you know what public access television is? It was a compromise between local communities and those pesky antitrust laws that were in place and that the FCC was obliged to follow. The idea was basically this. Cable companies, for technical and practical and financial reasons, wanted to have a complete and total monopoly on all video information that came into your area through your cable system. You either got it off the air through the antenna or off the cable. That was it. There was no internet in those days. If you wanted the news, you either watched TV or you read a newspaper. Quaint. Now, of course, that's flatly illegal. In order to get around that, the cable companies would make a deal with the local community. They would provide public access. What is public access? Public access is a program whereby you, the cable subscriber, can contact the cable company and say, hey, I want my crackpot opinions put on the air. I have questionable talents that I want to showcase. I am very likely congenitally insane and feel the need to rattle on about what my ancestors did in World War II, as though that somehow makes me a good candidate for the President of these United States in the 1994 election. That kind of thing. The cable company would say, sure thing, you weirdo, come on down. Pay us $20 and take the class. Now, the class only took about 9 hours, I think, and it was pretty good. I actually graduated from college with a degree in communications and specialized in video production. And in fact, they taught pretty much the same thing in this class that I learned in college, although the equipment that I used in college was older and crappier, actually. Anyway, you'd come down, you'd take the class, and they would explain to you how to use the cameras, how to use the tape system, how to edit, how to handle the sound, how to do on-location shoots, and things like that. And once you had done that, you would produce a very short sample thing with a couple of other people, and then you would have, and then you graduate. Here's your certificate, you weirdo. Go out there and spread your insanity. After that, you could make a TV show anytime you wanted for free. Kinda. Here's the deal. These are not the videotapes that you used to make the show. These were the videotapes that you used to make the show. These bastards were $35 a pop, and you invariably needed more than one. Because you need to tape stuff on one, convert it to another, use two to add it together. It got expensive really quick. Plus, you got to factor in getting pizza for your crew or beer for your crew, depending on whether or not you're doing a church show. All the church shows had to have beer. And you had to schedule a time, 4-hour blocks, when and you had to put together a crew. Now, your crew worked for free, or for beer and pizza. And they had all gone through the same class as you. So nobody made any money off of this. In fact, it was against the rules to make any money off of this, although one or two people tried. So you put together your crew, you shoot your show, you would schedule it, and the cable company would run it on the Ramada Inn channel, public access, that's what we called it. However many times you wanted, for however long you wanted before it was actually pulled. Then you would put another episode on and so on. They really did suck, though. I put together a show. A lot of my other friends put together shows. I hosted some shows that I didn't make. I directed some shows that I wasn't the host on. They did a lot of it. It was a weird little community. It was a weird little subgroup when we all helped each other out and did stuff like that. And the Pinellas County public access thing was actually one of the best ones in the world, in the country, anyway. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of blood, sweat, entirely misguided tears. Here's the thing. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of these shows were produced, but there's maybe a half an hour of them on YouTube. I mean, there's none out there. And part of the reason, of course, was the expense. Like I said, these bastards cost about $35 a pop. You can use it once and then hold on to a master copy forever, or you're going to reuse the tape. Well, if you're me, you're going to hold on to it forever because I'm OCD, and obviously a little bit off. Most people, though, are just going to retape them, especially if it's just a talk show or a sports show or whatever. As a result, a lot of those shows probably don't exist anymore. If you knew when it was coming on, you could videotape it, and you might still have a VHS copy laying somewhere around your house. But again, the expense of digitizing that stuff and putting it online only to be made fun of is daunting and kind of useless. It was fun, though. I liked it. It was a fun period. It was a good hobby. So, why am I boring you with this? Because it's a piece of history and it's gone, and there must be at least some clips out there. What I want to charge you the viewer with is to help find this stuff and put it back on there. It's a chapter of our history. It's a silly and sad and pathetic and useless and frankly embarrassing chapter of our history, but it is a chapter of our history nonetheless. It deserves to be out there. It deserves to be recorded. It deserves to be saved. People deserve to know about it. Or not. Really, it's not that big a deal, but it just seems a shame to put all that effort into something for such an incredibly long time and then have absolutely nothing to show for it. I mean, what are we, the freaking BBC? So if you've got any of this stuff, find a way to put it online. If you have friends who have any of this stuff, find a way to put it online. Dig through your old footlockers, find stuff, put it up here. Okay, don't put the whole thing, fine, that's expensive or time consuming or maybe just embarrassing, but there's got to be a good clip here and there, something memorable, something that you can put up. Let's recover as much of the Pinellas County public access stuff as we can. And for those of you in the rest of the country that had public access systems that may be varied in one way or another, you go for it too. Let's see how much of this crap we can recover. It's useless, but it was useless then, and it was fun then, and it's fun now, theoretically. Next week, I'm going to put up an episode of the very first show that I crewed on before I started my own show, right when I was starting out on public access. It's not my show. And if you're very good, if you're very good people, I will not show you the whole thing because it is eyeball bleedingly awful and eardrum bleedingly awful. And probably anything down below would be bleeding from the awfulness as well. We don't have to worry about that. So, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Find your stuff, bring it in. And then you'll be able to see what it is that I'm talking about. Find your stuff, bring it in. You paid for this.
Okay.